Last night I was sat on the sofa with my girlfriend and she was hugging and kissing me and being really affectionate to me. And part of me found that quite uncomfortable. Now, I've been dating her since March, so this isn't something new to me, but what I'm finding in this relationship is I'm being continually exposed to the fact that I don't think that I deserve love. I have spent so much time in my life chasing women who kind of liked me but didn't really love me. I even got married to one, and every girl that I've had this incredibly strong conviction that this is the right girl for me, this is the one I'm meant to spend my life with, they've always been of this type, of someone who can give me something but not their whole heart. And now I have someone who is loving me in a deeply healthy, caring, loving way. And my mind, my heart, my gut instinct says, this is weird. I've previously used the phrase by Mark Manson, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. But for those of us who had our gut instincts hijacked by our trauma, by our messed up attachment styles, what is healthy and right will not feel hell yes. And sometimes very unhealthy, toxic things will feel hell yes. And sometimes we have to sit through the feeling of no and just say, where's the evidence that this is a no? Where is the evidence that this is wrong? And that's kind of heresy in this age of where we put our feelings first, where we treat our feelings like there's some kind of Jedi powers that are going to tell us who is right for us. But look at what actually happens in the world. Most people have really strong feelings, at some point in their life at least, for someone who is incredibly wrong for them, who is not a good person, who is not a good partner. Lately on TikTok and other places, there's been a lot of talk of the ick. That is something someone does that makes you not attracted to them anymore.
One of my biggest icks with men is when they wake up and they're confused. What? Like, that's womanly. You should wake up knowing exactly where you're at.
There was one case of this female mixed martial artist who, when her boyfriend, who was also a fighter, was in a competition, he was taking hits to the head and his body, as an instinctual reaction, did this.
During the fight, he almost gets knocked out. As this guy is mauling him, he goes like this. What do you think I was thinking?
Not good thoughts.
The boyfriend. My boyfriend.
Was,
like this.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
Fuck no.
Did it turn you off?
Oh my God, so much.
Whoa.
I was like, dude, you're getting fucked up, and as you're falling to the canvas, you still need to go fuck you.
Was that at the beginning of the end?
Yeah.
That was tap, tap,
great
tap. First couple of
boyfriend.
nails.
He was great.
Tap, 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 tap.
Yes, it was.
Tap, tap, tap.
It was.
Maybe sometimes it's like that's the problem. It's like the balance. The ones who are not going to be great boyfriends are the ones that are going to turn you on.
Yeah.
He wasn't even consciously choosing to do that. It was just a reaction. And she saw that as weakness. She saw that as him being a pussy. And she said, oh, I lost attraction for him. So her gut instinct told her, this man is not right for you. This man is not capable of taking care of you, when his body was just doing a physiological response. So we can't always trust our gut. Sometimes, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no, is not true. Sometimes we've got our own traumas and we've got our own things that have hijacked our gut instinct so that we just don't know for sure. And I think that's actually the default status of life. We never know for sure. We shouldn't know for sure. And this religion of your feelings will tell you the truth for sure leads people up the wrong path so often. Perhaps the most based Reddit thread I've ever seen was this. I'll read it out. Do I break up with the most incredible, caring, smart, successful guy? I am with the most incredible guy in the world. Smart, good-looking, extremely successful. From the outside, the whole package. We have been together for just over a year and a half, but I'm starting to have so many emotions towards the relationship. Sex has always been good, but there has never been that spark. We have an amazing time together. He's so nice and we have so much fun. He's so generous and pays for everything in our relationship. He literally does everything for me. I wish I could have that spark, but I can't. and it's starting to eat me alive. Around this time last year, we broke up because I was having these feelings, but he basically cried and begged me to come back, and I caved. Note, I don't think he did the right thing there, but overall, he seems to be trying and genuinely cares and loves this girl. Let me continue. It has been good since then, but I'm having these feelings again, and it's putting me through an extreme emotional roller coaster. I want to make it work so bad, but it's the spark that's holding me back. I feel so selfish, and I feel like a horrible, shallow person having these feelings. I just want that feeling again. The feeling you get when you're in love. We're very comfortable, but that's it. We also just moved into a place together. The lease is under my name, but he pays half. This is horrible timing, this is all horrible timing, but I cannot control my emotions. Do I break up with an incredible person over not having that spark? You know, that reminds me of some girls that I've dated where I tried too hard. There's definitely fault on his side from doing too much, doing more than his share in the relationship, from what she's written. But let me continue because the responses are really interesting. First comment, you're gauging the worth of a relationship over a spark. The best advice I ever received about relationships were, 1, love is not a feeling, but mutual investment and commitment, and that 2, the only thing that matters is how well you work together. It's normal for relationships to exit the honeymoon phase and enter regularity and stability. Oftentimes that spark fades. Gauge the worth of the person and the relationship, not indescribable and romanticized feelings. The next response, fuck the spark. You can have sparks with toxic people. A relationship is built on more than a spark. Next response, I'm not going to read it all. Sparks come and go throughout a relationship. Love tends to wax and wane, and that's just the way it is. The idea of a constant spark is just all Hollywood. I can't see responses like that coming from somewhere like Cosmo. I can't see responses like that coming from people who've had their heads filled with Hollywood and Disney ideas of love. But I think they're incredibly practical, and I think for most relationships, you're going to go a lot of time where you don't have those feelings, where you don't have the spark. The honeymoon phase evolved as a way of making sure that two human beings stay together long enough for the child to be born and to reach some age of relative independence. And then after that, we're basically biologically programmed to seek out other mates.
They even write songs about it. Check this out. I have to mute it for copyright. I'll read it to you. Might be the only guy who didn't send me hearted eyes in reply to my latest story. We work well on paper. We don't argue. We don't fight. But lighting scented candles just won't relight up our fire. And right there she goes, ah. It ain't that bad. It's just not what I wanted. Don't want to live this life half-hearted. Hang on, here it comes. I want fireworks and flames. Don't want safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough, that ain't love. This is the squircle of unconsciousness. It represents how people don't know how relationships work, and so they think the relationship is going to go like this, and then it turns a corner. I think she's at the dissatisfied part. You can't have everything is exciting all the time. Good choices are boring. No relationships are going to be fun the whole time. They're all going to have spots where there's no fire. But she don't want safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough. That's not even love. Look how passionate she is about dumping her husband. That's real, I can spot a faker. And she even sings about other men giving her googly eyes on her Instagram stories. So this girl is what I would call an excitement chaser. She starts out her new relationships excited, and over time gets bored when they're not chaotic, and then by the time we notice she's bored, she's already got a new guy lined up, and this has pretty nasty effects on us. So your relationship satisfaction is going to change over time, but your stability is not supposed to. That's what marriage is. That's what it's for. Even when you start feeling like things are not as fun, you have to remember that commitments are what gets you through the swings. I actually have a little theory that this takes about a year. Obviously, we get up and go to sleep with the sun, and women have changes in their hormones and emotions with the moon, and I think that a year is the amount of time that it takes to find somebody and have that strong emotional connection, get pregnant, and have a child. It's about 1 year altogether. And this girl is making a spiritual experience out of a biological process, and she's allowed to end the marriage over it.
So in order to stay in a relationship for multiple decades, you need to hack the system, because we're not wired for it. Human beings and relationships are incredibly complex things. And the truth is, human beings are lazy, and we seek certainty to try to make our lives less stressful. Because it's stressful to sit with uncertainty. It's difficult. Everyone wants certainty. We follow politicians and experts and influencers who try to make us sure that what we're doing is right, and I don't think life really gives you that. I think part of waking up, part of becoming self-aware, is realizing the things that give you certainty are actually not giving you truth. And while feelings are certainly enjoyable, they're not something you get to have forever. They're not something that you get to have all the time. And what you base a relationship on has to be more than just your feelings.